Okay, so now in this video we will be adding our mission 3. Okay, for that, as I told you, we have selected that location right there. So I'm gonna move here, right, and right here. If we click on the game assets, then in the prefabs folder, you will find this first folder, which is Grand Theft Auto Vice City BJ Smith. Okay, this is the character, so let's drag and drop the root. Actually, not this one. We're gonna call this add this root. Okay, on which BJ Smith is on call like that. So we're gonna click on source and drag and drop this material to the character. And guys, there is a task for you. Go ahead and add a mobile phone in this character. Okay, that is a task for you guys. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a empty parent for this character and name this as mission 3. Okay, let's drag and drop this inside the missions game object. Okay, and when you do that, after this you're gonna click on prefab unpack completely, then name this as bj. Okay, and on this bj we're gonna add the bj animator. So drag and drop this animator, and if you check this animator in here, we have two parameters, start talking and then die. So when we enter in our third mission, okay, the player gonna start talking, and when we kill the player just gonna simply then die. We will set this die to true, and when it is set to true, the character will be talking like this, and then the character will die. Okay, now on this character also go ahead and add a capsule collider. Click on edit, let's change y to 2, make its radius 0.3, height will be, let's just say 2, and we need to move it down, so make y 0.9. Okay, when you do that to the character, then in the mission 3 we're gonna create a empty, actually let's create a 3D cube for now. Okay, move this cube a little bit up, then move it right here till this point. Okay, change its scale x to 22, or let's change it to 50. Okay, and when you change it to 50, move it right here. Right, it fits this whole area. Then change its Y to 50 and Z to 50 as well. Okay, let's remove the mesh renderer, and so when the player touches with this box collider, okay, we will start the cutscene. Okay, in the hierarchy right here, move it at the top and name this as enter. Okay, then we can add a mission camera. So add a camera in here, then let's select the enter. So as you can see, the enter collider is set up right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select the camera and move it here. Let's move it up, then we can rotate it to the other side, which is 180, and then on this camera drag and drop the animator. Okay, now let's open this up, and on this animator we have this animation. Okay, so for now I'm gonna leave this as it is, but actually let me show you how this animation gonna work. So if I click on animation window right here, if you don't find the animation window, then you can click on Windows, then animation, and then open up the animation window. You can also press Ctrl press 6 to open this up. Okay, and when you open that up, select the camera and play the animation, and you can see the animation. I have set that animation on this position. Okay, as you can see, it will go closer to the character like that. Okay, you can see it here like this. So we can actually move our camera right here to this position, but you can also leave the camera in its default position. Okay, right, so when all of these are set up, you can name this as mission camera if you want, then click on this enter. Okay, make this is trigger, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna open up the scripts folder, go inside missions folder, and we have mission 1 right here. So now I'm gonna create another script by the name of mission 3. Click on enter, drag and drop this mission 3 right there. Alright, then let's open this up, and on this script we can copy whatever is on mission 1 script. So I'm gonna copy all of this and paste it on mission 3. Okay, then we're gonna do some changes. So first of all, from here we're gonna remove the reference to the input manager and game manager script. Okay, and when you remove that, then we will leave the character animator as it is, and we also need a reference now to our camera animator. Okay, so name this as camera animator. Right, then we have the player character, the UI text, text array, timer, current index is collided, main camera, mission camera, and we need to remove this mission light, and instead of this we're gonna type public float target time, and we're gonna set the target time to 10 seconds. Okay, and the reason we created this target time is because after 10 seconds we want to end this cutscene for the mission 3. Okay, you can add this functionality in your mission 1 if you want. Okay, because on mission 1 we cut the scene by using the interact input. Okay, so if you don't like that, then you can add this. Okay, so now we will leave the start method as it is. Then in the update method we will leave most of the things as it is. Okay, but now right here, when the cutscene started, we will also set the start moving bool on our camera animator to true. Okay, because we want the camera to move closer to the character. Then we're gonna leave this if condition as it is, and from right down below, now we don't want the interact key, we want when the target time becomes less than equals to 0, then just end the scene. Okay, now you guys will be thinking that when will this target time become 0? Okay, because we didn't type anything for it. So inside this if condition, when the player is collided, okay, when the player collides, then we're gonna say target time minus equals to time dot delta time, and that's it. Okay, if you want you can increase this target time and then it will show the cutscene for more longer. Okay, you can do the same in mission 1 if you want. Alright, now in this if condition we're gonna remove this line now, and also we're gonna remove this as well. In here we're gonna leave this as it is, and also from here we're gonna remove this line as well. Okay, but for now let's comment this out because we will cut this line from here and paste it somewhere else. Okay, but I will actually delete it because we already have that line right here, so I'm gonna just copy it from there. Okay, leave the on trigger enter as it is, but just make sure that you remove this mission light dot set active false. Remove that line. Okay, and you will be good to go. But just make sure that at the top you type using Unity engine.ui. Okay, now when this script is saved and we get back right here, okay, we have these options to fill. So let's first of all fill this out and then I will tell you what we will do in order to kill this character. Okay, because after killing that character our mission will be passed. So first of all let's add the BJ animator in there, then the camera animator, then our player character, then the subtitle text, then the main camera. So drag and drop the camera manager, then the mission camera, and that's it. If you want you can change the target time according to your own cutscene. Okay, and for the text array what we're gonna do, we're gonna just add one array in here in which the BJ Smith will be talking that I'm telling you the cars are safely parked outside the Spartan Sports Club. Okay, and if you see right here we have the Spartan Sport Club right here. Okay, so you can park the player cars right here somewhere. Okay, but if we park the cars right there then our mission will get really longer because our last video was really long as well. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just park the cars right here. Okay, so instead of the Spartan Sports Club we will just type that the cars are safely parked outside the Funny Bunny or Wonderland. So I'm gonna just type Wonderland. That's it. Okay, and I'm gonna park the cars right here. But when when the player, the BJ character is alive, okay, then the cars will be disabled. But when we kill the BJ character, then we're gonna enable the cars. Okay, so don't worry about that. We're gonna do that in a second. Now let's first of all kill the character because we set up the mission entrance. Okay, so now let's add a script for this character in here in the missions folder. Go ahead and create a C# script by the name of character. Okay, click on BJ Smith, drag and drop this character at the top. Now let's open this up. And on this character, what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a float by the name of max health, which will be 100 by default. Then we will create a float by the name of current health. Then we will be needing a reference to our game manager script. And we need a reference to our character animator. Okay, after this, in the start method, we're gonna set up the current health to the max health. Okay, let's delete the summary. Then at the bottom, create a method by the name of destroy character, in which we're gonna type destroy game object. Okay, then after this, create another method by the name of die, and in this die method, what we're gonna do, we're gonna say character animator dot set bool, let's set the die to true. Then we're gonna pass the mission when the character dies. So if we click on mission 1, let's copy this if condition from there and paste it right here. We already have a reference to the game manager. Okay, let's actually set up the reference. So game manager will be equals to find object of type game manager. Actually add round brackets and right here add less than an equal sign, and that's it. Okay, so we're gonna pass the mission 3 if the mission 1 is already passed and the mission 2 is already passed, and also if the mission 3, 4 and 5 is not passed. Okay, then we're gonna say game manager dot mission 3 equals to true. Okay, so this will pass the mission, and after that we're gonna call the destroy character method after 5 seconds. Okay, now this will basically kill our player and pass the mission, but we need to create a method in which this character will take damage from our player rifles. Okay, so we already do that. If you check the player movement right here, we have this character hit damage method. So I'm gonna copy that from there and paste it right here. We're gonna change this to damage amount. Okay, then if the current health of the we're gonna set the current health of the character to the damage amount. Remove this line, and right here if the current health is less than or equals to 0, then we're gonna call the die method right there. Okay, and you can also increase the player money when the mission pass. Okay, you can either do it right here or right here if you want. So you can just simply type game manager dot player money plus equals to, let's just give player $100. Okay, let me click on game manager, check player money. Okay, it is an integer, so we don't need to type f at the end. Okay, now this is done. Now let's open up the shooting controller script, because now we need to damage this character. So I'm gonna open this up, and I know it was showing an error on line 44 or on the character script. Okay, right here, because we typed destroy spelling wrong. So make sure that you correct it. Then click on shooting controller, move right down below, and right here, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna now say if, actually copy this whole thing, paste it down below. Now if the ray hits anything that has the character script, okay, so let's type character right there as well. Then right here and right here as well. Okay, and right here instead of police officer 2 type just character, and that is gonna be it. And make sure that the character hit damage method is called right here correctly, okay, by its correct name. We're gonna show the blood effect on the character, and now we don't want to show the just effect on the character, so right here, if the character navigator script is null, and if the police officer script is null, and police officer 2 script is null, now we're gonna say and if the character script is null. Okay, that's it. We can now damage this character and pass the mission and give the player some money. So save that script, get back right here again, click on BJ. Need to actually, if we check the character script, this game manager is added automatically, so we need to now remove the public sign from there and just simply drag and drop the animator right there. Okay, for the animator you can also add dot get component, add the sign, then type animator, then round brackets and a semicolon, but I have now drag and dropped it, so we're gonna leave that as it is. Okay, so now our mission 3 will work, but now we need to move the cars first of all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the player cars from here to right here. Okay, and as I told you, you can set these mission anywhere you want in the environment, but for saving our time, that's why I am creating these missions close to each other. Okay, but as I told you, you can add how many missions you want and wherever you want. Okay, that's up to you guys. So when you move the cars right there, then click on game manager, open the script, and as you can see we have the mission 3 right here. So we need to do some changes now in here. After this mission 3, we're gonna be creating a reference to our mission 3 area and also to our player cars. Okay, let's name this as mission 3 cars area. Then right down below right here, now we're gonna say if mission 1 is true and mission 3 is also true, then in this case only we're gonna enable the mission 3 area. Okay, because we don't want to show BJ Smith right there when the game starts. Okay, we only want to show BJ Smith character and everything when the mission 1 and 2 is completed. Okay, by default we're gonna set the mission 3 area to false, but when the mission 1 and 2 is completed we're gonna set it to true. Okay, and now also we need to add one more if condition in which we're gonna say that if mission 1 is completed, okay, actually not this, if mission 1 is not completed or if the mission 2 is not completed or if the mission 3 is completed, then in this case we want the mission 3 area to be set active to false. Okay, and now we're gonna say if mission 3 is completed, then set the mission 3 car area to true, because we want to show the cars now when mission 3 is completed. Alright, that is it. Just make sure right here you add double equal sign and get back to Unity right here. Drag and drop mission 3 area, then drag and drop player cars in there, and that will be it. Now click on mission 3, disable it, click on player cars and disable them as well. Now let's go ahead and complete each of our mission one by one. Okay, and as I told you guys, if you want you can cut, or you can say end this cutscene when a timer ends, okay, just as we did in mission 3. Okay, so now let's get right here. Okay, this will be our first mission. Let's now skip this. Okay, mission 1 is completed. Now let's go ahead and complete our second mission. Okay, press E. Let's spy this weapon. Let's spy the next one as well. So this mission is also completed. Okay, if we check the game manager, as you can see, mission 1 and 2 is completed, mission 3 is not, and if we check our conditions right here, mission 3 area is still false. Okay, if we go and visit the mission 3 area, as you can see, there is no character right there. Okay, so the reason behind this is I will tell you shortly, but first of all, enable the mission 3 again, and in the mission 3 make sure that you disable the camera. Okay, and then after that disable the mission 3. Okay, then on the game manager script, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make some changes here. So that will be is to remove this if whole condition, and then right here in this next condition we're gonna say if mission 1, 2 and 3 is true, then we're gonna set the cars to true. Okay, remove the other if condition, and then mission 3 area was not setting to true. Okay, this if condition was not working, and that is because why, if we check right here, we have this if condition in which we change the rifle and we change this rifle, as you can see, and if you notice inside that we also added these if conditions. So what we're gonna do, we need to move this outside the if condition. Okay, as you can see, this is if condition which ends right here, then we have the UI if conditions. Okay, so after the UI, just paste that if conditions now, which is for the missions. Okay, make sure that they all are outside any other if conditions. That's it. Now go ahead and play the game. Okay, if I click on game manager, I also disabled all of the rifles, so right now the player doesn't have any rifle if we change the rifle. Okay, so this is our first mission. Okay, now as you can see, mission 1 is set to true and it also gets disabled. Now let's go ahead and complete our next mission. So if you go in here, let's buy weapons, let's buy the pistol, then let's buy this rifle, and then the AKM. Okay, we have all of the rifles now. If we check it out, as you can see, here it is, all of them. Alright, and you can also notice now that mission 3 area is active now. Okay, so let me remove this rifle and let's walk again. We can also change rifles while running. So there is the character. what I'm gonna do now is pick up the ACAM and let's get closer there. Okay, when we touch the box collider, it is somewhere right here. Okay, so as you can see, when we touch the box collider, the camera moves closer to the character. Okay, and as you can see, it is moving closer again and again because the timeout is 10 seconds. Okay, we need to decrease that timeout, and also we need to move the camera from this position to there. Okay, so that it doesn't show that glitch type of thing. Okay, so now it shows the animation, or you can say the cutscene. Now if you go ahead and kill the character, there it is. Okay, as you can see, we can kill the character and it shows mission 3 is passed. We got over $100, and now if we check our cars there, you will notice our cars will be active there. Okay, as you can see, there are our cars. If we sit inside one of the car, we can sit inside the car as well, as you can see. Okay, so now our mission system works perfectly fine, and now in the next video we're gonna add our other missions. So with this done, see you guys in the next one.